Hello there, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to check out the brand new Druid forms of patch 9.1.5. So there are a total of 8, 7 of which we do know where they're from, and then there's an 8th one, which is a little bit of a mystery, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But before we get into everything, though, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.1.5 PTR, all of that good stuff, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so, Druid forms. Yes, this was something that was initially announced with the announcement of 9.1.5. Everyone went a little bit crazy, was kind of excited about all of the kind of unique forms that could be potentially coming. They are all travel forms, and as I said, we were kind of excited for new, unique models. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get that. Unfortunately, we did just get some models that are pre-existing in the game, and that's okay. You know, more choice the better, but unfortunately, yeah, they're not kind of like Druid custom forms, unless that's coming a lot later. This is obviously quite early in the patch cycle right now on the PTR, so potentially they could get some customization in regards to being a bit more Druid, but at the moment, they are just kind of your standard model. So firstly, if you want to make these yourself, you have to be an inscriber. You have to be a scribe. These are all made through inscription. The majority of the forms are exactly the same to create. It's just a dark parchment, 8 luminous ink, and 24 umbral ink. And as I said, all of the kind of Shadowlands ones are exactly the same in the amount to create them. And you need inscription 100 for that as well. That's the same across the board. But you can also purchase them on the auction house, and there are no covenant restrictions on these travel forms. So keep that in mind. So inscription, if you want to make them, you can also buy them on the auction house. So that's kind of the basic information of these Druid forms. Now, what do they look like? Now, the first one is the Regal Dredbat. Now, if you're an inscriber, you want to go kill Dredbats in Domination Keep in Revendreth. That's the area in the top left-hand corner of the area. This is what the travel form looks like. It's one of the Dredbats, of course, from Revendreth. This is kind of a lighter version. There is about 2 of each kind of model for the most part, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But this is the Regal Dredbat. As I said, if you want to get the recipe for this, you're going to want to be killing Dredbats in Domination Keep in Revendreth. So the first one, Regal Dredbat. The next one is the Gloomstalker Dredbat. This is the same model again, just a darker variant. This is actually from True in Revendreth. You've probably spoken to this guy before if you were involved with the, I think Dead Blanchy was the involvement with that guy. Essentially, he was just going to sell the recipe to you for, I think it just changes every single day. It can be meat, it can be anything basically. So just check there every day for something that's pretty easy to farm, and that's going to give you the recipe for this one. So this is going to be one of the easier ones to get if you are an inscriber, and again, it is just the same amount of stuff to make it. So yeah, True in Revendreth, down in the bottom there is where you're going to find the recipe for the Gloomstalker Dredbat. The next one is the Twilight Runestag. This is actually a ground travel form. As you can see, it is a Runestag from Ardenweald. So naturally, the recipe for this is from the Wild Hunt vendor. You need it revered with the Wild Hunt, and you can purchase that obviously in Ardenweald or in Ouroboros if you want to do that, just for gold. So yeah, if you are revered with the Wild Hunt, you can purchase this recipe for the Twilight Runestag, which is a cool looking Runestag. It kind of matches perfectly as a Druid form, of course, and of course if you're, I believe there's a soul shape for it as well, but yeah, this is kind of the Druid form version of the Runestag. The next one is a darker variant of the previous Runestag, and this is the Midnight Runestag. If you want to get the recipe for this as an inscriber, you're going to have to kill Runestags in Ardenweald, and they are just everywhere in the zone. So it looks like it's just going to be a random drop from Runestags. That's what the inscription thing says. As I said, you can buy it on the auction house if you really do want to be lazy and do that, but if you are an inscriber and you want to make it yourself, kill Runestags in Ardenweald, and that's going to have a chance to drop the recipe for the darker Runestag, the Midnight Runestag. The next Druid travel form we're going to look at is the Sable Ardenmoth. This is again a flying travel form, as you'd imagine. This is actually from Spindlenose, which is the Court of the Night vendor, and you're going to need Honored with the Court of the Night for that. And this is going to set you back 1,000 anima and 5 grateful offerings, and then you can make it as an inscriber. So yeah, this is kind of a darker version. It seems like a running theme. Looks like you kind of get a darker version of the travel form, and then you get a lighter version. This is the Sable Ardenmoth. As I said, the tooltip says unfriendly with the Court of the Night, but that is just incorrect. It is actually Honored, which is weird considering the other one is Revered. I don't really know. It's PTR. Things can change in an instant, but Court of the Night looks like the people that you're going to be wanting to get reputation up if you are wanting to create the Sable Ardenmoth recipe. The next Druid flight form is the Shimmering Ardenmoth. Now, this one's a little bit weird. The tooltip for it says that it's from Droman Dawn Blossom, but Droman doesn't actually do anything. You just speak to Droman and there's no vendor, there's no nothing. There could be some sort of secret in regards to the Shimmering Ardenmoth. I honestly have no idea unless it's just not implemented on the PTR yet. But as of right now at the recording of this video, Droman doesn't do anything. And the inscription thing says that it's from Droman. So I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one. Eventually, I guess the recipe will be from this NPC, but right now we are unsure. So this is the Shimmering Ardenmoth, this is the lighter version of the previous one, and yeah, just another one of these things. And as I said, there is no covenant restrictions on these travel forms, which is great. Now the next one is my personal favorite, and this is the Duskwing Raven. Yeah, a raven. You're thinking, oh, that's a bit weird for Shadowlands. Now, here's the thing. You're not going to be in Shadowlands. You're going to have to get honored with the Dreamweavers of Val'sharah to get the recipe for the Duskwing Raven. So it is required honored for the Dreamweavers. It's going to cost 550 gold, and that is how you get the recipe for that. So yeah, you're going to have to go back to Legion, and it also requires you to have Legion Inscription. So if you don't have Legion Inscription leveled up, then yeah, you're not going to be able to make the item for the Duskwing Raven. I feel like this is probably going to be one of the more expensive ones, potentially, so we will see. If you want to make it yourself, Dreamweavers honored. If you don't, it's going to be on the auction house, and as I said, it probably might be one of the more expensive ones, but we will certainly see once patch 9.1.5 launches. So that is the 7 that we do know, and the final one is the Nightwing Raven. Now this is a black Raven, it looks so cool. I really like this model actually. The Raven models have always been super cool, and I like them a lot. Presumably this is from Legion. We have no idea about this, so it's not on the inscription list. The only place that I found it personally was actually in the game files. It was listed as one of the travel forms, and I assumed it was in the inscription thing, but it wasn't. So it could be a secret one, it could be one that they maybe scrapped, potentially. More than likely, it's going to be involved with Legion again, potentially. So yeah, I don't know. As of the recording of this video, we do not know anything about the Nightwing Raven, apart from the appearance, which is this kind of black raven form. But other than that, we don't know where it's from. It's a bit of a mystery, so I'm sure we'll find out nearer the patch. I'm sure the next build will give us all the secrets for that. But yeah, as I said, the only place I've seen this is in the game files, so more than likely it will come up. We just don't know when or where. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the 8 brand new Druid forms of patch 9.1.5. Do let me know what you think below. As I said, I was a little bit disappointed to know that they weren't unique models for the travel forms. I think when they said it initially, people were kind of getting a little bit excited about that, but unfortunately it is just kind of random models from Shadowlands and a little bit of Legion as well. Maybe they'll go even further and like do some models from like previous expansions as well. What would you like to see as a Druid form? I'd love to know what you guys think of that in the comment section below. That'd be super appreciated if you leave a comment on that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Before I go, let's give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. So leave a like on the video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. We've got a ton more 9.1.5 content coming up on the channel real soon. I've also got a partner Discord channel with 3,000 members, and as I mentioned, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.1.5, looking into the secrets and the like interesting things of 9.1.5, every time we stream on the PTR, we always find something new, be it big or small. It's always an adventure. So if you want to check me out, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.